What is up? It's MTG of MTG Reviews, and today we check out the Corolla Cross. So this might just be the best car Toyota offers right now. Let's get to it. So this is a Toyota Corolla Cross 1.8 XR hybrid. This car has a base price of 527,000. So this is top of the range. Well, kinda. There's still the GR Sport, which only adds a body kit, but then it's basically the same car as this. So that's why I'm saying this is a top of the range. Nothing else is different from the GR than the body kit. So how's the exterior? I really like the exterior look of this car. They played it safe here while creating a good looking car. I like these huge looking headlights, which are full LED by the way, and there's a Toyota badge on the grille, and it has a blue glowing trim signifying that this is a hybrid. The side profile of the car, nothing standing out here. It's just nice black cladding on the fenders, which gives it the full size SUV look, and which this is just a compact SUV, but yeah, it really succeeds in giving it the full SUV look by the cladding on the fenders. And there's a hybrid badge on the front fender. And while talking about the hybrid badges, there's one at the back as well. So there's hybrid everywhere. And the Corolla Cross nameplate, which is a cross lettering bigger than the Corolla lettering. Yeah, signifying that this is a bigger version of the Corolla. And the taillights, they're alright, they're okay, nothing to write home about here. Now let's get inside. Okay, let's get inside, right? And just chop it up quick. Right, so more in depth than the last video that I did. That was the GR. I'm not sure if that was the hybrid. I think that was the hybrid as well. But then with that one, as you saw, I couldn't really do much. So with this one, yeah, we have it. So starting with the steering wheel, right? Wait, let me just start it and just turn the steering wheel. Right, so okay, this is how it looks here. You get to wait, let me just switch it on. Accessory. Shouldn't the screen show anything though? I know it doesn't. Okay, wait. Okay, I have to start the car for me to show you this. Okay, started, right? So this is the digital gauge cluster. I want it to be on EV mode. Saying EV mode is not available. You press here to choose EV mode, but then it's not available, right? So these controls of the steering wheel, this part of the steering wheel, you control what shows here on the digital gauge cluster. And it's not a full gauge cluster, it's just a rectangular thing. It ends here and here. So these ones are analog. These to show you your power, and we don't have the tachometer to show you your revs. We just have this thingy meter here, which you, when you are in power, is just like you are driving fast, it's gonna be at power. And if you're driving economically, if you're charging back the battery, in which you can charge back the battery by coasting, so charges back the battery, it's gonna be on charge, and the car is off. And this is the fuel gauge, right? Because we still have a fuel tank, even though it's it's a hybrid vehicle. It's not a plug-in, it's just the conventional hybrid. So yeah, that is that with this. And it has quite a lot of things: lane keep assist, thingy, what do they even call it? Okay, let me press okay. Yeah, pre-collision system, in which stops you from crashing. And let's switch it back on. And then this blind spot monitoring is just here on the rear view mirror. And then this park assist. What's this one? It's not showing. Oh yeah, those are the blind spot monitoring thingies. And then yeah, and then you can page through. This is the trip information. This is the information of what's playing, in which what's yet plugged in with Android Auto. It shows there Android Auto, and then the song that's playing, Kelvin Momo, and what else? And then this for adaptive cruise control. This car is an adaptive cruise control. You just press this button here to set it up, and then it's gonna follow the car that's in front of it. So done with these buttons. This is the volume one. I'm playing Kelvin Momo, actually Umdali, the best track on this album, in which this album is nice. It's not pop. And here we have the speech recognition thing. You can just like press it and tell it to call who. It's gonna do that. And then next track, previous track mode, which is gonna change to FM or AM or Bluetooth, depending on what you're using. You see, this car is still on, so you can drive it, but the engine is no longer running. Now it's running on electric mode, and which is nice, right? So lane keep assist, as I've said, cruise control, set and reset and cancel here. Now the infotainment system, as I've said, this is not the best implementation, or not the best actually, from Toyota. I think with the newer Corollas, the hatchback and the sedan, it's a different one. It's the newer ones. So this one is the old one, where it's kind of pixelated, as you can probably see, but the quality is not that high. Yeah, it's not that good. And then when you go home, it shows you the battery charging information. Yeah, you have an electric motor, the battery is at the back. It's not fully charged now, it's nearly empty. You just have 3 bars, and then the engine. So it shows you this diagram when you're driving on how everything works. Let me go to history. Yeah, so this is the fuel consumption. The latest is like 4.8, and then the previous best is 5.9, and which I don't know how that works. Menu, audio, phone, Android Auto, information, setup. Simple as that. Or actually not having a lot of applications, and you can change the theme of this. Actually, you go to theme setting, you can make it to be white, and which changes the icons as well. Let's go back, setup, theme setting, go to this one. Let's see the icons. See, quite nice actually, configurable, nice. And then you can have this on dark, which I think this is the standard one. You can actually change it again to this red one, in which, yeah, it's okay as well, right? Quite funky icons. Yeah, so there's a lot, and there's not really a lot in this infotainment system. Simple enough for a person who's not really interested in knowing what happens here. In most of the cases, people who buy this car are just like that. They just want to drive the car economically, and this is the perfect car for that. What I like, the design is this. The hazard button, nicely implemented. It doesn't like pop out. Simple. It goes in with the whole design of this central dashboard. And then the materials are nice. I think this is plastic, but it's made to look like leather, as you can see, with the fake stitching. And this hard plastic at the top, this is the softer plastic. This is the piano black plastic, in which, if you don't want it to get scratched up, you should get a cover for it, or just leave this plastic, in which probably it's peeling off actually. You get from the dealer, or from when the car is new. Climate control. You have dual zone climate control. You can set it to auto. It's gonna do its own thing. And yeah, you can press the dual, in which I control mine. The driver control his. And then the fan, you just press this button to lower the fan speed, lowest, and you can put it to highest. Quite nice. It's nice that everything is implemented here as buttons, and then to switch everything off, it's here. So it's buttons for everything, and these ones for the climate control temperature. Next things what's next thing first? This car is still on. That's my problem, that you don't know when it's on, really. But okay, this shifter here, this shifter button here, it's weirdly placed. With most cars, it's just like you press it like this. With this one, you basically lift it up like this, which gets some getting used to. I won't lie, but I'm used to it now. And then here on the gear, there's a lot of reflections here. We have P, R, N, D, and B. B is for when you want to use the battery charge only of the car. You don't want to use the internal combustion engine. You just put it there. Or the EV mode here as well. And it's just here. This for traction control. This for drive mode. Now it's on eco. As you can see there, you can put it to normal or power with the red accents. Yeah, it means business, which probably doesn't. And then here we have the center storage and an armrest, which is quite fair space. It's okay. And then the 12 volt or 200 watts outlet. Nice. Seats, leather, they feel nice. Nice leather, very supple. Yeah. Door materials, hard plastic, soft plastic, leatherette material, hard plastic, but it's okay texture. Leatherette. So yeah, it's overall quite a nice car. Not it has technology. That's the thing. But Toyota hides it so well, or it doesn't make it pop out as much. You think that it doesn't have a lot, but then it actually does have a lot of things. So yeah, even the reverse camera, let me put it there. It does have, the quality is not that great, but then the reverse camera is there. So yeah, it's quite packed with a lot of things. Yeah, what else? What else to talk about? Yeah, I think that's about it. Except, wait, let me switch off the car because it's still on. Right? So, down there, which I don't know if you'll be able to see those. One. Yeah, this one is the, I would say handbrake, but it's not a handbrake. So it's a foot brake. The parking brake is located here. So you just press it down, and which gets, you need some getting used to as well. So instead of being here as an electronic brake or as the handbrake, the hand parking brake as we know it, it's located down here. You press it in or you press it out. It works like, the quantum handbrake, but then the quantum is pull and push. So this one you just step on it. So yeah, that's actually, and that's it about the interior of this car. The space at the back, ample of space. I've shown you on the last video. And then we have this armrest here. Quite nice. Okay, done with the interior. Now let's talk about the performance of this car. So this car is a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine, which pumps out 73 kilowatts and 142 newton meters of torque, which is really underpowered. However, the electric motor adds 17 kilowatts to make the total of 90 kilowatts, and the torque remains the same, which is still low. And funny enough, the non-hybrid models have more power and torque at 103 kilowatts and 172 newton meters of torque. So the hybrid are really meant to be light on fuel, as the claimed consumption is at 4.3 liters, whereas the 9 hybrid are at 6.8 liters. So the engine is detuned to optimize fuel efficiency and I believe reliability as well, because the engine won't be working as much. So all of this is paired with a CVT transmission, in which they call the eCVT, except it's not a CVT. It's not really a CVT. It has a power split device consisting of planetary gears, and it doesn't have belts or chains just like the conventional CVT. So it's not the conventional CVT. It's just something that Toyota does. So how does the whole system work? So the engine charges the battery, meaning you don't have to plug in the car. It's not a plug-in hybrid. You can't actually plug this car into a power socket. So it charges itself through the engine and regenerative braking. When you apply the brakes, the energy is gonna be converted into charging the battery, which is actually nice. Now let's talk about funds. But before we do, please make sure you're subscribed. Just press the subscribe button. It's totally free. No money will exchange hands. It's totally free. Thank you for subscribing. So as I've said, this particular car has a base price of 527,000. So at an interest rate of 11.75% over 6 years without deposit, the estimated installment would be at 10,300 rands. But that's not all, since you still have to fuel up. I'd estimate the fuel cost to be at around 1,800 rands and insurance at 3,000 rands, and the total would be 15,130 rands and would go down to 14,107 rands with 10% deposit. Bear in mind that these numbers are just a rough estimate. Make sure that you compare different insurance companies before committing to one. And filling station have slightly different prices as well, so this number might just be different in real life. And with that said, I do believe that this is Toyota's best offering, considering the price and the package that you get for this. So yeah, it's really one of the best, and that's why it's one of the best selling cars in South Africa. It's really a good package and nearly complete package to that. So until the next one, thank you.